Torq number 6, set 1. My ones are going to be over here on the rib trainers again, doing a single arm chest press, okay? So what you want to think of is like a punch. We're setting up right here, feet are balanced, regular stance, starting with the hands in the middle of the black grips right here, just like this, facing away from the anchor point. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep my left hand stationary, or whatever hand is away from the anchor point here. So in this case, it's my left hand stationary, and I'm pressing out with my right hand like I'm punching forward. Then I'm going to go ahead and bring that back, punch out. Bring it back just like that. Once I've done the one side, we're going to switch to the 30-second mark and do that other side. Just like before, if we need to make it more difficult, I'm going to move my hands away from that anchor point. That's going to add a lot of torque to it as I go and try and punch out. The other thing is I can take a step or two out further to make it more difficult. Same thing, exact opposite on easier. Scoot your hands closer or scoot closer to the anchor point. All right, so that's our first group right there. Ones are there. Twos are going to be on the single leg hip lift. So we're right here, setting up in that cook hip lift position. So my palms are up, pulling that knee tight to my chest. Toes are up on the foot that's planted in the ground. Then I'm going to bridge my hips up, hold, and then drop down. Just like that. So if they're having a hard time with the single leg hip lift, let's go ahead and move it just back to a regular hip lift here with both legs down. And that should be it. All right, so we're in Torq number 6, set 2. Our ones are going to start with the rib trainers again. We're going to be doing our rib landmine press. So setting up here with the right leg back, I'm going to be pressing with my right hand, starting with my hands in the middle of the grips. I'm pressing up to that straight position, dropping back down just like this. I'm going to make it more difficult. I'm scooting my hands further down the rib bar right here, making that more difficult in the press. If I need to make it easier, I'm moving up. I realize that's only one thing.
Yeah.
Okay, so twos are going to be over here working on our single arm power block row again. So remember, setting up in that stance right here, just like a deadlift stance, back's nice and flat, hands planted on the bike, and we're going right here just like this, pull and rotate, trying to get that as high up as I can, trying to squeeze my elbow tight to my side, and then dropping back down. All right, we're in set 3 of Torq number 6. My one's going to be starting on split squat holds. So we always want to start at the bottom. So we're getting that split squat position, creating that, just inside a 90-degree angle in that front knee. Back knee just needs to be directly below the hip. Hips are forward, glutes engaged, toe underneath. And then I'm hands on my head, and I'm just driving up. I'm trying to keep my knee as low to the ground as possible, keeping this leg at a 90-degree angle as close as I can get on that split stance hold. So if they need to add weight, we're going to hold that right in the chest just like we've done before. But that is a tough move, so have them try it out body weight first. From there, we are going to be going into our rib high row for our twos. So we're setting up just like this, facing towards the anchor point, balanced stance. Hands are going to start in the middle of the black grips right here. I'm going to be pulling up high just like this, up towards my chin, dropping down, pulling up high right here. Okay, so high row. If they're having a hard time with that, if it's bugging their shoulder, they can pull a little bit lower. Instead of pulling towards their chin, they can pull a little bit more towards their chest. But if they need to make it easier than that, shift the hands closer, shift the hands further to make it harder, just like normal. All right, so we are in round 4 of Torq number 6. Our ones are going to start on the lateral lunge. So we'll have them set up on this side of the room. They're starting with their feet together on the lunge, and then they're going to be doing a step out. So as they step out, keeping the heel down, chest as tall as they can, reaching out in front just like this, stepping back in, and then we're going to go all to one side and then switch to the other side the next time. So we'll go all to the left. Once we take our break, we'll go all to the right on those. If they're having a hard time, then we can have them just do regular body weight squats, but just really emphasize the fact that that heel's got to stay down and the chest's got to stay tall. So you're going to see a lot of this with the clients as they do those lateral lunges. All right, so then our other group over here, our twos, are going to be on the 1/4 get up. Okay, so on the 1/4 get up, remember we're thinking 45-degree angle away from the body on the leg and the arm. We're going other arm up on the same side that the knees up, and we're just rolling up to the elbow and dropping back down to the back. Okay, up to the elbow, back down to the back. We can add the weight in this top hand, holding that power block as we go. And then we're going to be doing the one side, just like over there, we're going to be doing the one side, and we'll be switching to the other. All right, so we're in our final set of Torq number 6. Our ones are going to be starting on alternating overhead press. So grabbing their power blocks, feet shoulder width apart, bringing those power blocks up to their shoulders, right here just like this. We're gonna press and rotate. Make sure they're keeping their glutes and their abs tight, and they're trying to press up bicep to ear. So press, rotate, just like that, okay? Switching sides each time. Obviously, if they're having a hard time with that, we can just lower the weight down to a weight they can manage. If they still can't do that, then we can go to the rib trainers and we can do landmines, or we can even take them to a floor slide if their shoulders just need work, okay? So then from there, we're going back to our TRX straps, working on our TRX chin-ups, okay? So twos will be over here, feet starting underneath the straps, sitting butt down to the ground. I'm pulling up, handles to shoulders, drop back down just like that. Remember, if they need it to be easier, they're gonna walk their feet closer to their butt. If they need it harder, we're gonna get them up on the bar.